Hi, my name is Venant Lens, and in this video I will demonstrate how to rig any bipedal character in minutes using the slap-on auto-rigging system for body and face. Alright, when you open up your file, you will see Sam over here. Now Sam is going to help us rig any character that you want. We're going to import another character in here, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to rig a bipedal character using this rig. Okay, now I'm going to open up the outliner just to show you. What you have in here is just this auto rig group and a list of your animation controls. Inside the auto rig group, you've got 4 groups. That's your skinning geo, skull geo, and jaw geo group, and you can ignore this do not touch group. These 3 groups we're going to deal with in a second. Alright, so first of all, I just want to show you that if I slide these switches over here to the right, I can see there's all of my animation controls as well as all of the joints which we are going to maneuver and place in place for our new character. Also need to show you that you can scale Sam up any size you like. Really big and really small for like Smurf size or giant size, but right now we're just going to keep it under default. Alright, so I'm just going to go and run the script right now. That's the slap on button right over here. As I run the script, it does all of the FKs and IKs. It goes through and does the face controls, your blend shapes, your constraints, and sets up a naming convention. And now it's done. Right, there we go, and I can just very quickly show you that she is rigged now. There we go. And everything works. Alright, please review the slap-on features video to see what this rig can do. And now I'm just going to go and reload the scene. Alright, the first thing we want to do is that we want to go and look at the instructions. In order to see the instructions, we're going to go and just press this question mark over here. That gives us all of our help that we're going to need. And I'm just going to split my screen here so that we can look at the instructions and follow them at the same time. There we go. Excellent. So the first line of the instruction says delete all of Sam's shading nodes and delete all of Sam's geometry. Let's do that. I'm going to go to Windows, Rendering Editors, and Hypershade. And here is Sam's shader. I'm going to delete that as well as her textures. Gone. And then all of the geometry. Excellent. Next up, import your own characters mesh. Let's go and pull in this mesh over here. This is pure geometry. There's no rigging involved in this character whatsoever. And we're going to rig her quickly. Alright, so now rename your head to head geo and parent head geo to the skinning geo group. So let's do that. Selecting our head geo over here. Now I'm just opening up this Trixie geo group just to show you it's all just geometry in here. And now this head is going to become head underscore geo. It's really important to have the naming conventions correct for this slap-on rig. Okay, and parent head geo to skinning geo group. Opening up the auto rig group, putting head geo inside skinning geo group. Next up, parent all geometry to be skinned to the joints to skinning geo group. Okay, so that is basically everything that you want to have deformed with your joints, which is your body, your pants, and the shoes, and anything else that you need. I'm just going to drag and drop them inside the skinning geo group. Notice that I'm not even changing the naming conventions for those because the rig will detect where all of that geometry is. Alright, now rename your eyes to LI-Geo and RI-Geo, and then parent LI-Geo and RI-Geo to the skull geo group. Alright, let's do that. LI underscore geo, right eye underscore geo. Take both of these and parent them inside skull geo group. Then parent all other non-skinned objects that follow the skull to the skull geo group. Let's do that. So in our case over here, that would be the headphones as well as the top teeth. Alright, and I'm taking those two and parenting them inside the skull geo group. Rename your tongue to tongue geo. So let's go grab our tongue here. There it is. and renaming it to tongue_geo. And parent the tongue geo to the jaw geo group. Tongue geo to the jaw geo group, because it's going to follow the jaw. And then parent all other non-skinned objects that follow the jaw to the jaw geo group, and that would be our bottom teeth. It's taking the bottom teeth and putting them in the jaw geo group so they can follow. So I missed one more object. That is this. That is the hair over here. I could place the hair inside the skull geo group, but I would like to have the hair get deformed by the neck joints that are going to come in over here. So I'm going to place the hair inside the skinning geo group. Finally, I can delete this empty geo group over here. Excellent. Now that we are finished with the geometry side of things, we can switch over to the joint side. To do the joints, we're going to go and just turn off our instructions and go over here to the slider. Now this slider I'm going to slide over to there, and we will get all of our joints. I'm going to place the joints all in the correct places. If you're not sure where the joints are supposed to go, just look on Sam's mesh and you will see that's where all the joints are going to go, or you can just always look at the names, and the naming conventions will set out exactly where the joints needs to be. Like for instance, this is your hips joint, so you just put that to where your hips need to be. This one is your chest, so you place that to where your chest needs to be. Go to my front view over here, and I'm just going to move this one to the clavicle, shoulder, elbow, and hand. Excellent. Alright, let's go over to the fingers. So I'm doing this quite fast so that we don't need to waste some time. Obviously you will do this a little bit better than what I am doing it, just as long as you keep the joints inside the center of the fingers, you should be fine. It's also fine if your fingers are a little bit bent, so don't worry about that. Alright, there we go. Now your thumb works slightly different. As you can see, your thumb has got a little extra icon on it. This is thumb icon over here with a nail. You just rotate it so that it can follow the same direction as what your geometry is. There you go. That should make it bend correctly. Right, next up I'm going to go over here to the head and just move this neck joint down to where it needs to be, as well as the head joint can go up to where the head needs to pivot, which is around about there. This is your tongue joint. I'm going to go in here and place it right there. Excellent. And finally we have got this jaw joint, which we are going to place right about where the jaw pivots, which should be around there. Next up we're going to go and look at these locators that are floating about. This is your inside locator for the hand and outside locator for the hand. These are attributes once the rig gets made so that you can actually do a side to side with the hand as well as with the feet. There are 3 more locators down here which we will set. This is for the side to side for the feet. And this final one, which is your heel locator, that is used for rolling of your foot. There we go. Just place them all there. Right, now we're done with the joints and we can switch over to the next stage, which is your animation controls. Here we go. Alright, so now your animation controls, you can go and play around with them and shape them basically into any shape that you want. So I'm going to go and just change the control vertices of this foot over here to just better match the foot of our new character. Here we go. And I can go and scale these animation controls to any size I like. Like for instance, there's the head anim as well as the jaw anim, which I can change. So I'm just going to scale them up so that they can fit to the scale of this new head. Just going to go down a little bit and rotate it. There you go. Excellent. And when you're done with all of the animation controls, if you're not sure which animation controls you still need to do, there is a list of the animation controls in here that you can just go through and make sure that you have set up every one of them. Right, I'm going to turn my animation controls for my body off and turn them on for the face, and you'll see there is this floating red locator. This red locator will aid us in setting up the face. I'm just scaling it up a little bit so that it can better match the face. Right now I'm just going to turn on show wireframe on shaded so that I can snap these to exactly the correct spots, and I can snap them to the vertices and see them much easier. So I'm snapping this to that vertice, snapping the top of the eyelid to that vertice, top of the eyelid to that one, the actual eye itself to the center of the eye, the corner of the eyelid, bottom of the lid, bottom corner of the lid. This is your cheek. That's just going to get snapped to the cheek. The nostril, side of the nose, tip of the nose, corner, top corner of the mouth, bottom corner of the mouth, top middle of the mouth, left bottom of the mouth, middle bottom of the mouth, and finally the chin. There we go. And once you have completed that, you are finished. That is all you need to do in order to set up your character, and it is now ready for the script. So there's just one last thing that you would probably like to do, and that is to just save. So just say File, Save Scene, and Save Scene As, and we're going to save this as your character name. This character's name is Trixie, so I'm going to say Trixie before script. This is just for if any issues happens during the script, that you can always come back to this file over here and you wouldn't have to place all of your joints again. Alright, let's run our script. And that should go through everything, do all of your mirroring, all of your set-driven keys, finger controls, and it's finished. Excellent. Right. Here we go. Now we've got our character right here. We can rotate these arms. We can go over, look at the fingers, play around with the fingers, check how the thumb curls, and the body, and of course your eyes, and of course your blend shapes. All of these blend shapes get created, and you get your 0 button over here, which will allow your character to just zero out back into the bind pose, and relax, puts it into this pose over here, basically ready for action. Then the last thing that you need to do now, that after you have rigged it, just go over to the biped character set and just rename that to your character's name character set, so Trixie character set. And congratulations, awesome, that's it. Now you've got an animated character. All you need to do now is skin it and it's ready for production. The next video you may want to watch is a walkthrough on skinning your slapped-on character, or review the features of the slap-on rigging system for body and face. Thank you very much.